Yep, I can become a stun. I can't fight back. Why am I don't understand is, why is my guy so dog shit in a T1 map with a literal in-game weapon equipped on a 5-link?
Hey guys, Easy here. A lot of people seem to be struggling in campaign and maps while trying to find a way to make ends meet in survival and damage. Boy, do I ever have something to show you guys. Trinity. Disclaimer, this isn't really a build guide. This is a concept. A POB in the description, but no build guide on Mobalytics yet. Trinity has been part of some late night, early morning theory crafting with a brain running on nothing but caffeine and a lack of sleep. The scaling on this thing is insane. GGG, please don't nerf. I beg of you. And I said don't nerf because this build is quite literally a blast cannon. I am missing some interactions with power charges and detonation. This is because I need some unset ring, but that's for later, and the damage is still super great. The gameplay kind of speaks for itself. You're running around on top of a row, chucking spears in hopes that the enemy dies before it hits you. I have zero defensives, aside from electrocuting, slowing, blinding, and a suit to add on to that, leech. The elemental leech, it can be really good given that we are scaling elemental to the moon, so something like 10% of physical also would become 10% of elemental, and 10% of a, let's say, 30,000, 40,000 hit is a decent chunk. Now let's get down to it. Trinity. How do get fill 3-bar thing? Resonance. The secret to this is Painter Servant, specifically a balanced one. The next part of this is using a high elemental damage weapon with no physical scaling anywhere. Phys scaling will skew us too far into lightning damage or whatever damage type, ruining our Trinity resonance gain. I've officially breached Jonathan's 50,000 sheet DPS threshold. That's right, sheet. This doesn't even account for Stormlance and the eventual detonator tied to it, as well as student implementation of like power charge generation, consumption, etc. Now, how the hell did I get there? Crown of Eyes and Threaded Light and Herald stacking and some other shenanigans. But Zizi, what about my survivability? Yeah, just kill things before they kill you and get more movement speed. Listen guys, in my previous build fashion, this again is paper floating in the wind with insane damage tied to it. It is not for the faint of heart. It definitely forces you to learn how to play positionally and at a range advantage. We don't talk about proximal tangibility. If anything, our survivability will likely come from Headhunter later on. That doesn't really help with bosses, but your damage should be there anyways. Just play better. That's about it. Moving on. Now, I really said this isn't really a build guide, but I'll still run you through the skills quickly, not in depth, so if you want to copy, go crazy with it, but be warned, if you do follow this, you will die a lot. Like, there's a learning curve to playing like this with zero defensives. Again, you have to play positionally and add advantage, right? You don't want to be right up next to the enemy, even though I do it in some of the clips that you've seen. You want to play positionally, like I said, so. For skills for Spear Throw, we're using Execute, Calling Strike, Blindside, Caltrops, and for Infused Weapon, we're using Concentrated Effect, Conduction, Overcharge, and Commiserate. Sniper's Mark, we're using Profusion. For Lightning Spear, we have Electrocute, Elemental Focus, Deliberation, and Primal Armament, and Martial Tempo. Electrocute works here for some reason. Even though we have LE Focus, it still applies the Electrocute debuff. This will likely get fixed, but we're probably going to have something to replace that down the line. For Stormlance, we got Lightning Exposure and Bullseye. Bullseye is to increase the crit rate to make sure that the Stormlance actually does crit and does apply the exposure. For Herald of Ice, I just have Precision. You can run a bigger setup. For Trinity, it's all the masteries. And Combat Frenzy has nothing, but the Raw has Last Gasp and Loyalty. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more content. Expect to see more uploads surrounding PoE2 in general, as well as potentially some Last Epoch content whenever that update drops. Take care guys, and until next time.